Hello, Thomas. Thank you
Hi.
for coming in today.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Okay, I'm Dr. Woodard.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you know that anything you say here is confidential, and it will remain here unless you end up telling me something that says you're a threat to yourself or to others.
Okay.
Then I'm going to have to break that confidentiality.
I understand.
Okay. Now, why don't you start by telling me what brings you in today?
Well, I just got back from a 10-day stay at the Mayo Clinic. I've been having these issues, like this pain in my stomach. Feels like knot almost there, and sometimes it just feels like it's just so full, it's about to pop. So my doctors haven't been able to figure out what's going on. My doctors here in Atlanta, and I've been to I don't know how many specialists, maybe 5, 6. They run all kinds of gastro tests, and so I couldn't figure out what was going on. And one of them suggested that I look, maybe seek help elsewhere. They didn't think there's anything wrong. So, I mean, I'm a smart person. I don't have to take no for an answer. I'm a radiologist. I've been to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually, reached out to one of my colleagues who actually works at the Mayo Clinic, and they were able to set up a visit for me. So I was there for like 10 days while they try to figure out what's going on.
Okay. How long has this problem been? You said you feel a pain in your stomach. How long has this problem been going on?
It's been going on probably for about a year.
About a year.
Yeah, and they just can't find out anything. I mean, I've been to Mayo, and they didn't figure out what was going on. They didn't find anything at all.
Okay.
So I figured maybe I'd try a different approach.
Okay, and they suggested you come and seek psychological help?
Not directly, but I kind of inferred from some of the responses I got from them, as well as some of the doctors here in Georgia, that maybe they think something else is wrong with me.
Okay. Has there been anything that happened recently in the past year?
No,
That you
nothing's
know
happened.
of that could have.
In the past year, I mean, they even did like an exploratory surgery and couldn't find anything, but I still have that pain, that sensation. I feel it, so I know something is there, and they just can't find anything. So I mean, if they don't find it, I'm like, what's gonna happen? I could die, and then you're gonna find it. So
Right. Now, is this a constant pain? Like, are you feeling it right now?
I feel it right now, but it's not constant. I don't always feel it. I guess like maybe if I move a certain way, or I feel it every day, but I just don't.
Not all
not
day?
constantly.
Okay. You said the start of a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Yeah.
are you said you're married. You
Yes.
stated that in the questionnaire we filled out.
Mm-hmm.
What is your wife like? How is your relationship with your wife?
Well, my wife Nora and we get along really well. We've been married for 13 years, and I mean, she supports me. It's just that, I mean, I feel like she's kind of maybe getting a little frustrated at me because, I've had to take off work a little bit to go to all these visits, and took off work to go to the Mayo Clinic, and I'm also looking into some international places I've found that may be able to help me, and she's just, having to handle everything on her own right now. So I think she may be getting a bit frustrated with it. Plus, if I'm not working, that affects our income, and we're used to a certain lifestyle. So,
So this is sort of becoming a problem for you and your wife?
I guess probably sort of. I think so.
Okay. Now tell me about your relationship before this problem started occurring, before about a year ago.
Well, we were fine. Before about a year ago, I hadn't had nothing like this. I hadn't had any medical problem. I mean, I have ailments every once in a while, but I mean, she's never complained about it. I'm really in tune with my body, and I know if something's off. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, you said you've had ailments before?
Yeah.
Has it been anything like this, or anything that the doctors couldn't find before?
No, well, no, not really. I mean, I check myself, like, to make sure. Like, you can never be too sure, with all these things going on, all these different cancers and stuff. You know, some of them you don't know you have until it's too late.
Mhm.
You know, so I check myself regularly, and I was actually like I can check, like I can press. If you press certain ways, you know, you learn to feel masses and things like that. And I just know I feel something, and um, I was actually checking a few days ago, and my son TJ came in, and he actually saw me, and he was like, "Well, what is it now, Dad?" You know, and I kind of felt bad because it made me think that he thinks he's looking at me like I think I'm always sick, but I don't. I'm not always sick.
Mhm.
It's just, like I said, I just know when something's off, and when something's off, I want to do it. I don't want to wait. What if, you know?
Okay, no, that's completely understandable. You mentioned your son. Now, how old is he?
He's 8 years old.
8 years old?
Yeah.
Okay,
And you asked me about. I mean, I haven't been sick before. I did. I saw a psychiatrist before, like, you know, one of my doctors sent me there, but I mean, it wasn't really that helpful.
No.
So I
what,
mean,
what did you see the psychologist for before? Psychiatrist?
my doctor recommended that I see someone again because, you know, they had run all these tests, and I had 2 surgeries. I guess that was the last thing. I had a surgery a couple of years ago, exploratory surgery, and they couldn't find
Mhm.
anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how long ago was this that you were in psychiatric help, receiving that?
About 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was going on in that time period?
I had something going on in my body. They couldn't find it. I mean, this time when I had something going on, it was like something that was like bothering me, but it was in another part. It wasn't
A
like in my
different part?
stomach area. It was more like in my side, and I could feel it, you know. And I had them check. I kept having them check, and they said nothing was there. They had X-rays, and like I check myself, you know.
Mhm.
I run that. I stay behind my office. And I do X-rays myself
Okay.
because I want to make sure everything stays. You
Mhm.
know, normal. I usually check myself at least every week.
Okay, now, what happened to this pain you experienced 2 years ago? Did that go away, or?
Yeah, it went away, but then what I'm thinking is that maybe it didn't go away. Maybe it, like, you know, maybe it's got something to do with now. It could be my colon, and they just can't find it. It could be a small polyp. Maybe I'm just really sensitive to it, you know. And colon cancer is something serious for men. I don't want to wait until they can see it, or wait until I can convince them enough, you know, to look again.
Yeah.
So I just know that with where it is right now and what I'm feeling when I check, it's got to be something. My colon, I probably got probably like stage 2, stage 3 colon cancer, and you know they've done like colonoscopy, they've done all these other tests. I don't want to bore you with all that, and you know they just can't find it. I don't know who I can go to make them see what I feel. You know.
Right. Now, you mentioned you thought it might be something like colon cancer. Do you have a
Yeah,
history
yeah.
of cancer in your family, maybe? Or do you have any history of any medical problems in your family that you know about?
Well, yeah, my brother died. My brother died when we were kids. He was like 10, and I probably was 8, and he was fine. You know, we've been playing and having a good time that summer, and we were playing basketball, and you know, he was playing fine. He was fine. He was laughing, and the next thing you know, he collapsed, and they got him to the hospital, but there was nothing they could do. He died, and it was because he had a heart condition. And then so because he had that heart condition, they checked me, and I had it too. I had a heart murmur. So for a while, you know, they monitored me and took really good care of me. My parents made sure that you know, I had the best medical care. And then after a couple of years, they said it was closed. But sometimes I still feel a little twitch or something that makes me think maybe, you know, just maybe it's still there. But I try not to, you know, like X-ray that part of my chest.
Okay. So you're worried that they might find something. Have you had this in your heart here because of what happened to your brother? Is
Yeah,
this what
because
I'm
of what
hearing?
happened, and maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's not, maybe there was something else going on too with the murmur, maybe, you know, I don't really know, I didn't study medicine to that degree, you know, so maybe, if not that, it could be something else. I just know that what I'm feeling right now, it matches up with, you know, what somebody probably would describe if they could see their colon cancer.
Okay.
But they just know nobody can find anything for me.
And now, how is this affecting your work, your job?
And I'm stressed about it. I'm really stressed. I'm worried, you know, that they're not gonna find anything until it's too late. And then, you know, TJ's only 8. You know, average survival rate for colon cancer, if they don't find it until like stage 4, I may have a year, you know.
Mhm.
So I could be dead by the time he's 10. And then Nora's gonna be left to take care of everything on her own, and it's not fair. You know, I wanna be here for him, and so I bet I can't find out what's going on. So
Okay.
maybe, you know, if it is something that's, I don't think it is anything that's just in my head, but
Okay. So how is this problem, this pain you're experiencing?
Yeah.
How is this affecting you emotionally?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it is, but I mean, maybe because I used to golf. You know, I used to go golfing like at least once a month,
Mhm.
but the last time I went, you know, after maybe like the 9th hole, I felt like I could really feel it. It was almost like it was getting bigger, and it was
Mhm.
just weighing down on me. So I decided I'd just hold off on that for now, at least till we figure out what's going on and get that fixed.
Okay. Now, when this pain comes on, do you notice any certain feelings other than actual pain that you feel when it starts to come on? Like, are there any signs when you know it's about to?
No, it's just there, and then I feel it, and it's like heaviness, like a full feeling. And you know, if I'm by myself or I can get to a restroom or something, I can usually even feel it. It's like it's there. It's just I don't know how to describe it. Maybe like a tiny ball or something like inside. I can feel it, and usually like when I do feel it, if I just feeling I can't get somewhere where I can check to see if that's the same thing, you know, if I can feel the little knot or whatever, it bothers me. Like I can't focus. I can't think. Like I left a meeting last week with one of the other radiologists at my facility, and I had to leave. I had to go. I needed to get out so I can go and check on it. And so I just told him that I had to go pick up my son. So, and that was the day I actually went home and checked it out, and that's when TJ actually called.
Okay, and now I'm bringing it back a little bit. You had mentioned that your son had made a comment the other day or the one day and
Yeah.
about you. Oh, there you go again. And you said you felt upset because he thought that you were acting like you were always sick.
He said, "What is it now, Dad?"
Yeah.
And yeah.
And how did that? What could you use one word to describe maybe how that made you feel?
I don't know. I just felt sad. I felt hurt, you know, because nobody believes me, and now not even my son.
Okay. I noticed a change in your demeanor. You seem really affected by that, by the idea that your son doesn't believe you.
Yeah.
It seems like that's something that really.
Yeah. I didn't want him to know what was going on. I didn't even know that he that he would notice. You know, I don't think I complain a lot about my health. I mean, but apparently maybe I do. I don't know.
Okay. Now I have to ask, have you ever had any thoughts or feelings about suicide?
No.
No? Never? Okay.
I just
Okay.
want to figure out what's going on so
Okay.
they can fix it.
Right.
I know they can fix it.
Right.
I just gotta prove that it's there. I have to prove it. And you know, like my brother died. Maybe he
Yeah.
had something, you know, maybe if he had said something, or I don't know. I don't know if he told my mom and dad. I don't know if he had any problems or anything, but I just know if doctors had found it, then he'd still be alive.
Now it seems maybe lately with these problems that you've been connecting that a lot with your brother and him dying when he was younger. Would you say that it's making you think about it a lot more?
Yeah,
lately?
I think about it all the time. I think about it, you know, I thought about it when I was on the plane ride home from the Mayo Clinic, and, you know, I got this stack of folders and nobody knows what's going on and they think it's me. And I thought about it when I went to my doctor's here in Atlanta the last time. You know, I thought about it. I think about it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever went and sought maybe psychological help for what happened to your brother? Have you been to counseling for that, or seen somebody to talk about that since it happened, like back when it happened maybe?
No, I mean, I remember talking to my guidance counselor, but my parents had the minister talk to me, but no, I never went to see a psychiatrist or something like that, or a counselor.
So the only times that you sought psychiatric or psychological help were the past time that you told me about, and now?
Yeah,
These are the only times that you've ever?
it's the only time. I don't think I need it. I mean, I've functioned fine.
Right.
You know, I mean, I made it through all through school after that happened. After I lost my brother, I made it through school. I got good grades. I went to college. You know, went on, became a radiologist. I've always made straight A's. I've been on all these different committees and boards, and I mean, I don't have a problem.
Okay, okay.
I have a medical problem,
Right.
and nobody can figure it out. So it's up to me to use whatever avenues I can to figure out what's going on.
Right, right. You use every option.
Yeah.
Now, back to your family history,
Mhm.
were there any, other than your brother with the heart problems, are there any psychological or mental illnesses that run in the family, or any, besides the heart problems, is there any other physical problems
No.
that run in the
No.
family that you know of?
No, not that I know of.
Okay, okay. And you said this pain's been going on for about a year.
Yeah.
And they just now referred you to what?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've seen like I saw my primary doctor, and I saw another, general practitioner. Then they referred me to a gastroenterologist, who referred me to another gastroenterologist. I've had a few of my radiologist friends from the firm actually take a look at it, just to run all kinds of tests. You know, I've drank so many of those little shakes that, you know, you need to drink to have the colonoscopy done. I had a colonoscopy this year. I had a colonoscopy last year. I've been to, I can't even count how many doctors here in Atlanta over the past year. It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna ask, have you been married before your current wife?
No.
Okay. And how long ago how old were you when you were married?
25.
25, okay, okay. And you said your son is 8 years old, so
Mhm.
you had him about 5 years into the marriage? Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
Well, do you want to tell me more about your job? Tell me more about that.
Well, I started out working at a hospital. Actually started out working at Emory.
Okay.
Yeah, in their radiology department at their hospital, and I did that for like 5 years.
Okay.
And then I went out on my own. So I've been in my own practice, I guess. Wow. I've been in my own practice for about 6 years.
Okay, well, that's a good achievement. Now, do your coworkers that you're working with currently, you mentioned that you had a few coworkers you had perform the X-rays on you, you said? Do any of your coworkers know what's the pain and how long it's been going on for you?
I just started like having them test because I thought maybe, maybe I was missing something
Mhm.
in my readings. So I just had them start testing me maybe about 4 months ago.
Okay.
And I didn't tell them everything. I just told them, I thought I felt something. So I wanted to take a look. They don't know that I've been going to like specialists and all sorts of stuff. They don't know about that, and they don't know that I've been to the Mayo Clinic. I actually told them I was going to that I had to go tend to some family business.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think they needed it all.
And you mentioned that you had left work at one point because of this, and you told them that you were going to pick up your son?
Yeah.
Is there any other times that this has interfered with your work?
Well, I didn't go to, there's a large conference every year. This year it was in, actually in Vegas,
Okay.
and I didn't attend. I normally attend because there's a lot of good training sessions, and you get to, mix and mingle with other people in the profession and make a lot of good business contacts and stay on top of your game at the same time. But I skipped this year, and the other partners in my group, they all went. In my practice, they went, but I told them I just told them that I thought I was coming down with something, that I didn't think it would be good for me to get on a plane.
Right.
But really, I was worried that what if I got on the plane and it started to, if I felt that knot, and what if it is, because it's in my stomach. Honestly, if you think about it, if you really think about it, it could be an aneurysm too. It could be an aneurysm. It could be something where I feel it in my stomach, and then what if something happens on a plane, they can't land in time, and just those things were running through my head. So I had to make sure I was okay, and okay meant I had to be here. So.
Now, do you drink at all?
No, I don't drink.
No, okay. Do you are there any substances or
No.
drugs that you use? Are you
No,
on
never.
Are you on any medications right now?
No, not on any medications.
Okay.
They won't prescribe me anything, so.
Okay, okay. And you've never had a history of using drugs or drinking or?
No, I maybe had like 1 or 2 beers in
Okay.
college. Occasionally I'll have a glass of wine, but I'm not like a drinker. I can count the number of drinks I've had this year.
Okay, okay. Now, tell me more about your relationship with your son. How was that before you started to get sick?
Oh, it's great. He's my pride and joy. He's my namesake. Don't carry on the line. He's a smart boy. He's very smart. I like to spend time with him. We play baseball. They catch, and he likes to go. We both like to read, so we go and find the latest books, and he likes comic books too, so we do that together. But I try to do it, but I try to still do that same thing, but I don't want to be out with him and then have something happen. So lately I don't take him anywhere by myself. I make sure Nora's with us, so if something happens, he has mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this seems to be affecting him as well. From what you said, he seemed a bit antsy that day. Has he been upset lately because of the pain that you've been going through? Or
I don't know if it's because of me, but
how has he been this past year from when he was before?
He's been spending a lot of time by himself at home. Like he'll normally come and we'll sit down and we'll watch some basketball, or we'll watch a documentary, or even just cartoons sometimes. But he hasn't been wanting to do that the last couple months, I guess. now that I think about it. He's kind of doing his own thing. I guess I didn't even really realize it.
Okay. Now, do you guys do, you and your wife and your son, do you do any activities together as a family, since the issue started occurring?
We like to travel,
Okay.
just like just quick car trips around the area, like drive
Okay.
up to the mountains, or, drive into the city, festivals this time of year. But, with everything that's been going on with me, we haven't been doing that much stuff. We've just been doing little, stuff at home, having food delivered and things like that.
Okay, so this is really affecting your life.
Yeah, I guess so.
When
I guess
you,
so.
when you start to have the pain, what do you do about it, physically? Do you, say if you're out doing something and the pain starts to come, what do you do when that happens?
I stop, and
Whatever
I try to
you do.
get to the nearest bathroom, or if I'm like within 10-15 minutes of home, I have to get home.
And tell me about what do you do when you go into the bathroom?
I check to see if I can feel anything different, like if
Okay.
I think it's growing, or
Okay.
yeah, I think it's it's been staying pretty much the same size, but it's not gone, it's still there.
Okay.
And like I said, I feel like, we don't go out to eat that much, because sometimes if I get that feeling, then it feels like I'm already full, so
Mhm.
I'll be wasting money to go to a restaurant and have to get up from a meal because of that.
And you can't pinpoint any specific activities that maybe bring it in and out?
No, I could be walking, riding, talking. I could be sitting in my office. I could be standing. It just happens.
Okay, so it's just out of the blue.
Yeah, it just happens.
Okay.
And sometimes it's there and it just stays for hours, and then I don't notice it.
Okay. Now, your parents are they in your life at all? Are they,
They live in Florida now. I
Okay.
talked to them.
do they know about what's been going on with you?
No, I don't want to worry,
Mhm.
because they already lost a child, so
Mhm.
I don't want to put this on them. I just want if I figure out what's going on, then I can give them some specific answers. But if I don't know, I don't want to tell them.
Okay. And, do you have any other siblings?
No.
Okay, so it was just you and your brother when you were younger?
Yeah.
And you said he was 8 when
He was 10.
he
and
was
I was
10
8.
and you were 8 when you lost him? Okay, okay. And, have you recently, noticed any physical changes besides the pain?
No.
Okay. Any mental changes, with your thinking process maybe?
I'm worried.
Okay.
Yeah,
A lot
I'm
more
worried.
worry. Describe this worry to me.
I guess it's like, kind of like how you feel like you're anxious about something, like you just worry, like what if kind of thing. That's the best I can describe it. Sometimes it'll feel like it's a little rush in my chest, like,
Mhm.
but
What
then
if?
I can't think straight.
So you have a lot of what if scenarios
Yeah.
going through your head. And, is there, any problems with you and your wife, intimately? Because of this, or maybe before this, or?
Not before, but now. Yeah.
No? Could you describe those?
We don't talk
You
about
don't feel
it.
comfortable?
It's just not like it used to be.
Right.
It's just, and I know it's my fault and I can't fix it. So, like I said, that's why trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. And socially, you mentioned you have some colleagues at work, and you help you, and you seem to, the way you're talking seems like you might like them. Do you have any friends outside of work maybe that you socialize with?
I have a few friends back from college, my college days, but lately I haven't, I haven't been like seeing them that often. I usually just work and then I come home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And has there been anything traumatic that's happened at all? Besides losing your brother at such a young age?
No, nothing traumatic.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all that we're gonna need to cover today. You seem a little upset. Right now, is there something going on right now inside?
No, just trying to get some answers.
No,
So how does this work? What's next?
okay.
So
So,
can I figure some stuff out? I guess.
I'm gonna, after today, I'll give you a call back tomorrow. I'm gonna go through this, and right now, we'll set up a time to meet next week, and, if you wanna come in sooner, I can call you back tomorrow, or you can call me, and we can set up a time earlier to meet. I'll give you a card with my office hours of when you can contact me, and, we can set up a same time next week. Does this work for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and if you wanna come in sooner, we can schedule an appointment sooner.
Okay. That'll be fine.
Okay, thank you so
All right.
much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Doc.
Yep.